Hey, Lynn. Hey, G. It's gonna be 60 degrees tomorrow. Y'all doing all right? Hey, Kathy. Well, hanging in there, love. Uh, it's been like in the 30s all day today, and then now tomorrow gonna be up 60. Crazy. Just crazy. All right, just come on. Just come right on down here. Talk to me. Josh and Tom. Yeah. Had to flee. Uh, Judy says, "Hi, beautiful and positive spirits." This morning, pitiful. What happened?
That's right.
Got hit in the chest. Donna says, "Hello, everybody." Hey, Donna. It is amazing that you guys have a voice. Hunter. They are speaking.
Okay.
I seen something about that. I don't know what it was about it.
Please.
Yeah, that's where I seen it too. Hey, Holler. I don't know if it was uh, missing persons or what, but I didn't stay on it too long. I just was scrolling through there. Yes, I'm on phone. Huh? Talk to me. Made it. Shot. Missing Savannah from today's show. Mom. Uh, I did upload a clip this morning. I've been hearing a name that is so it it sounds to me like they're saying Samantha, but hey, Don, you watched it? Back a few lives ago, I kept hearing uh, Watts, Watts. It's like in a whisper, but it was a male voice. Uh, you did, hey, Carol, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this woman here ended up killing him, and I said I don't know if they're any relation to Chris Watts or not. Um, 'cause I don't know where these people were from. I think from North Carolina and moved upwards or out west or somewhere. But yeah, she ended up killing him, and it being a male's voice because we know Chris Watts is in the jailhouse. So could it be the the guy, um, last name Souls? Um, Throughout the night here, I'm gonna try to listen for it. If I hear it said, I'll give it a timestamp. And sorry for not being on the last few days. I had a cold or something. I don't know what it did. I ain't felt worth crap. Hey Reese, how you doing, love? Talk to me. Seth, Judy. What? Jessica. Bless you, love. I'm glad you're doing good. Hmm? Talk to me. So, hey Sabina. Hey Alicia. So this here woman is talking about your your niece's name Jessica. Um, Melson. Look at what?
Range crack.
Um,
Minute? Oh,
that woman y'all was talking about,
back up.
uh,
The fruit.
Michael,
The
is a news anchor's mom or something, or uh, just a show.
Dramatic. Friday. What?
Friday what?
Where? In yeah. It's clear. Hi. Boys.
She hosted the Today Show. I think, like I said, I seen something pop up about it, but I didn't know what it was.
Very much.
Very what? Hey, Lisa.
Look at this.
Yeah, look at this. 11 on, 8 likes.
From the beginning. No one. Come.
No one came.
We're up.
Not no whole lot.
Come on. Aye. Come on.
I'm gonna try over the next little bit to
Fight.
keep that voice in my mind. And y'all listen for it too, just in case it was to be said. And like I said, now a lot of time it's in a whisper. But if I can, I'm gonna time step it so I can go back and listen to it over and over. Thank you. I want to be saying Samantha Watts. If it is, well, we'll know why.
You know.
Your daughter's name is Jessica Ann Melson.
Bill.
Is my sister April last name. Well, I heard what was it? Hey Carol. Uh, my mind ain't right for some reason. My thinking hat ain't on. Jessica. And then directly I heard Melson. So, but Lisa said that she's got a niece or something. Hey, be my guest.
Oh, wait.
Talk to me. An accident. I don't. Yeah. 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 I think she's talking about the like button. Hey, Summer. Rachel. Thank you. Anyone here? Anyone here? If you can see me, if you can see me, you can see that writing right here. It's chat list. If you got a loved one's name up here, feel free to say something, say their name or whatever you may want. Yeah, I've seen that. It won't ring up as the same weight or anything else on there. It's too high. It's too high. I like getting it right up here at Cool Land. So if you can see me, you can see that chat line right here. If you have a loved one here, Lisa Ann is on. Huh? Yeah. Right. Talk to me. Either one of you. Mm-hmm. Lisa Ann says, hello, spirits.
Great. Crazy.
Yeah. Lisa Ann says, hello, spirits.
Yeah.
Tend to linger. Yeah. Yeah. Richard. Hey, Annie. Yeah. Kenneth. Who said mama? Proof is in the pudding. That's right, Rose. Just you don't get no clearer than that. Didn't get a notification. YouTube's crazy about that. A wooden wagon. Sometimes I think that spirits, uh, all right, uh, sometimes I think they don't even realize that they can channel and use their voices anywhere they need to. And we hear sometimes the backlash of it, of their conversations. Uh, yeah. Uh, it's, I don't know. I have turned this on before and just sit and listen. And they sit and have full blown conversations, you know. And if you ain't in at the beginning of it somewhere, you don't even know what in the world they're talking about uh, until they slip up a word that strikes you, you know. Uh, but that's the way we want it anyway. We do this for them, for y'all to hear from a loved one. And I think just some of them just are not aware that they're even able to do it. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know. You don't close that.
Yeah.
We got hot in here. I turned that fan thing on. Um, I mean, it's neat that they do that,
Oh.
but huh?
My knee just popped really, really loud.
Mine do every time. Mine do either. I don't know. I just think it's neat, you know. Um, and a lot of time, I, I've mentioned this before. Even like at a cemetery or wherever, whatever we're doing, uh, a lot of time you will hear a whistle before anything paranormal starts. And this is a good example. The other night we were sitting in here and I heard a whistle and we went back and watched it and she time stamped it. She heard the whistle.
Yeah, but
I called
sitting
it
here
out.
like this, I did.
Yeah. And right after that, that's when they started really talking. Uh, so y'all said that y'all seen orbs in front of me.
Cool.
And I said, yeah. I said, it's got ice cold in here. And we had the heater on. You remember? It was getting ice cold
I
in here.
something. I remember saying something about it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised that heater was cold.
Yeah. Like walking into a freezer somewhere.
Or like this morning.
Yeah.
It was so cold I saw my breath.
It's supposed to get up to 60 degrees tomorrow.
This weather's going to get people sick.
Well, I already am, damn. Judy, could you ask them if the 84-year-old lady that was kidnapped from her home, the last name is Nancy, if she's still alive? Nancy Guthrie. I got some kinfolk named Guthrie.
Really?
Yeah. Big Mama, that's up there. Aunt Ruth, my grandma's mama was a Guthrie. Mm, yeah, I'll
That's a
ask.
unique name.
Huh?
That's a unique name.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty little name, Guthrie. You have to have a snowstorm hitting us tomorrow morning. 2 to 4 inches of snow. Good Lord.
Good.
Well, today, like I said, it didn't get out of the 30s today.
Yeah, now trust me, I had my long sleeve on all day.
And it it was I mean, it's going down in the 20s tonight by morning. I'm gonna have to leave water dripping. And then tomorrow now, here it is gonna be 60 degrees. Crazy. Nancy Grace. And you said she's 84 and was kidnapped. So which way is it? Is it Nancy Guthrie or Guthrie Nancy? Because Judy's got it on here as last name Nancy. That's why I like it about mid 40s or something. Not too cold. Not Nancy Guthrie. Okay, got it right. Would anyone know of a Nancy Guthrie, 84 years of age, that apparently has been kidnapped from her home? Nancy, yes. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. No, not Nancy Grace. My God. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. Yes. Yeah, you can help too. If Nancy Grace is still with us, if Nancy Grace is still with us, then we'll know if you can't pull her. This here would be somebody that would probably be pretty well known in the town, I'm sure, or city. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie.
Dude.
84-year-old Nancy. Hey, wait. I'll, I'll change it. You keep rolling around with it here. Her daughter is a news anchor for today's show. Yep. Nancy Guthrie. Guthrie. not Gutsy. At least say the right name. Nancy Gutsy. If I'm saying it right now, tell me. Nancy Gutsy. Okay. 84-year-old Nancy Gutsy. If anyone knows or knows of 84-year-old Nancy Gutsy, Nancy Gutsy. What's true? Is this a ransom situation? Is this a ransom situation? Nancy Gutsy, 84-year-old. This is not a he. This is a female, Rose. Probably up in California somewhere. Hey, Pam. Yeah, it's been on the TVs, I'm sure. 84-year-old Nancy Gutsy. I don't know why anybody would want to hurt a woman or even an elderly lady. It would seem very selfish to me and a coward to do this. And if they're trying to get ransom, they're going out about it the wrong way. Sometimes people are more stupid than they give themselves credit for. That's usually because they don't know how to spell the word credit. 84-year-old Nancy Gutsy. If anybody knows about her, talk to me. Twice I've heard the word shot. Huh? Yeah, I mean, it's just. You think it's in Tucson, Arizona? I don't know where it was at. No, I don't know. No, I don't. Don't put words in my mouth. I don't know. All I've done is seen it on there, on Facebook, and I just kind of seen the caption of it, and I scrolled on. I didn't know what it was or where. I just figured that today's show was probably up in New York or California or something. I don't watch that stuff, so I don't know where it's at. Hell, they could be in my backyard, and half the time I wouldn't know. Anyway, if anyone knows anything about Nancy Gutsy, 84-year-old, that has apparently been kidnapped. And if this is the case, if this is the case, they putting them in the jailhouse and throwing away the keys too easy too. Um, they should. This is just my opinion. Everybody has one, but I would say whoever's doing this to this elderly woman um, is be put on death row in every daggum day. Change the date that it's gonna happen. So they ain't doing nothing but worrying every day of their life. Not knowing when the guards are gonna walk down the hall and you hear their footsteps, you never know if it's gonna be your time. That would have to be one of the worst situations you could be in. Not knowing. Pima, Pima County, Arizona. She may be in Pima County, Arizona. Don't say that word on an 84-year-old woman. Surely to God, not. Somebody said rape. Not crazy. I don't know. I mean, there's sick people in the world. I mean, has anyone said if this woman uh, may have dementia that could have wandered off or got into somebody's vehicle and didn't know what, what's the Savannah? If, and I'm saying this in a general way because it could be possible that somebody knew if she did have a disability. We can't close the book before we open it, you know. It's sad that I just got done watching that on TV. I'm sending prayers out that they find her safe and sound. Yes, most definitely. Best thing we can do here is not hear a word about her. Uh, her life depends on her medication, and as far as they know, they didn't take any with them today, and it's been 5 days now. Her daughter is Savannah. Okay. I just looked it up on YouTube, and yes, it's Tucson, Arizona. Okay. There we go. Okay. Uh, okay. The suspect, the son-in-law. Okay. She had a pacemaker. Okay. And she would need nitroglycerin in case anything was to start failing. Okay. Uh, they showed that story on CTV, National News. No dementia. Okay, well, that's good. Uh, and her car was taken. That could be to throw off the authorities. Um, hey, Behang, Thank you for that, love. Uh, let's see. Hey, uh, hey, um, so Tucson, Arizona, daughter Savannah, and son-in-law. Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Uh, they even got some of that nitroglycerin spray, some that you can put under your tongue, whatever. I've had to use it before. I don't have no pacemaker, um, but I have had one heart attack a couple years back, um, or more than a few years back. It was when I was still working at Road and Back Furniture. Uh, and the way they seen that is because I had scar tissue. They say every time you have a stroke or a heart attack, it leaves scar tissue on your heart. Um, hey, Jenny. So, daughter Savannah and son in law. And if they're saying that the son in law, she also has high blood pressure and diabetes, then yeah, she's on some meds. Uh, is the son in law missing? Is he not turned up? Has anybody got a clip of this? Yeah, from another daughter. Well, I mean, if the son-in-law is missing, you know, is one thing. Yeah. See, mine is a arrhythmia. Mine can skip 3 or 4, and then I have had it as high as 200 per minute. So uh, they said the bottom half wasn't working, but the top half doing all right, doing most of the work. And I tell you what, use some nitroglycerin, it feel like the top of your head finna come off. Hey, come in. Let's try this way. Yeah. Uh, this here 84-year-old Nancy Guthy, uh, I guess here in Tucson, Arizona, has been kidnapped from Tucson, Arizona. Told me what? Because I can listen to it back. So hold on a minute now. So 84-year-old Nancy Guthy, Tucson, Arizona. Wait, got a daughter named Savannah and a son-in-law. What is the son-in-law name? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, me too. And oh yeah, yeah, yeah. As long as you tend to it normally on a daily basis, it will. My stepdad, shoot, he's had his already changed out. Had his already for about 18 or 19 years. That's right. That's right.
And
I don't know. I really ain't got nothing to go off of here. Um, um, I'm gonna call this out again, but I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way, to where we know we can get an accurate deal instead of people jumping over one another. Mine lasted about 6, 7 years. Yeah. That he also had a pain pump put in him, and the medicine for it started leaking through his skin. So they had to go in, take that one out, and put a new one in. It was terrible. They say there's a lot of jealousy in this family. The oldest one jealous of the youngest one. I don't doubt that. Wanting some money. You're taking 2 milligram tablets of metropol and 0.75 milligrams synthroid daily. Yeah. Tomoso, first name Tomoso. Yeah, yeah. That's right. I reckon it probably run near about everybody nowadays. Calling out to a Nancy Gussie from Tucson, Arizona. 84-year-old Nancy Gussie. Nancy Gussie. Can you hear me? Uh, I'm calling out for 84-year-old Nancy Gussie. Uh, if anybody can trace her in the realm, turn her energy toward me. Let's see what we can find out. Uh, that's right, Sabina. They just don't care. They just want more and more and more and more. 84-year-old Nancy Gussie in Tucson, Arizona. Daughter named Savannah, and a son-in-law, Tommaso. Something. You've heard of him? Talk to me.
no.
You have? All right, go ahead. What about him? He's an asshole. Okay. I don't doubt that. Okay. Well, that's what I was saying too. And then he said it was Guthrie. It's Guthrie. That's what I was saying, Guthrie. But they know who I'm talking about when I said that location right there, Tucson. Yeah. When thyroid's messed up, you can cause you a lot of problems. So you heard of him. Tell me something about him here. So So all you're gonna give me is just he's an asshole?
That's it.
I mean, we want to see if we can find out where 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie is.
You.
Down where? She's where about? They said it could have been a son-in-law named Tomaso, and you said you know of him. And I asked you what about him. You said he's an asshole.
For now.
So I need more than that. Did anyone see the son-in-law take this elderly lady, Miss Nancy Guthrie, away from her home?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, thank you for believing in me, honey. Can you tell me your name? The female that says she believed in me. What's your name, love? Huh? Because if you guys know of this person, that may be all that they end up needing. And then they can for definite go off on that. And
right.
84-year-old Nancy Guthrie in Tucson, Arizona, has a daughter, Savannah, and a son-in-law, Tomaso. And I said, you guys know him? You said, yeah. Do you know if he's done anything to Miss Nancy Guthrie?
No problem.
Yes, he did. That was at 52 and some late change. I heard, huh? Beats her. I heard something about a shoulder. Is her shoulder hurt? Tell me something. If y'all can see her, I'm JD, and I'm here to give you a voice. Miss Nancy Guthrie, 84 years of age, needs to be found. Her family needs closure. So someone said they know of him, and that was a male voice. Then when I mentioned daughter Savannah, yeah. If you, Tucson, if you can lay, tell where she's at. And let's don't beat around the bush with it, you know. Let's just do it and get it with. That's a daggum shame, huh? I don't give a flip who it was. That's a shame. Sure did. And you said it only happened like 5 days ago. It would be that she just don't know the ropes yet, and everybody would be speaking for her, and which is okay, but that's still hearsay unless we hear her confirm her name. Uh, they say this was planned for a long time, beat up. I'm okay. Let, let, let me just say something here for a minute. Let me let me just say something here. And you may watch this video or live show, you may not. I don't care. But if you watch and you know something about this 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, comment it in the comment section. Uh, this takes a pathetic, ignorant, and cruel son bitch to do this to an elderly lady, or for any age lady or child. If that was your mama or aunt or sister or whatever, I don't know where the heck she's at too. This is just a sick individual. He's lower than scum if he's the one that has did this. Now I've heard, yes, Savannah, so you cleared up the daughter, and then son-in-law, you said yes, you know of him. Then Tucson, I've heard that. Um, we need to know if she's still in Tucson. Um, what what you can see, we need to know the information of that. And you said something about her shoulder. It could have she could have fell and dislocated her shoulder or elbow or something, or broke a bone, broke a collarbone, and that is painful for anybody. Like, trust me, I know. And you go to reset a shoulder, let me tell you something, you're near about faint. And this here 84-year-old elderly lady and getting done that way by the son-in-law, if that is true, and you just so happen sometime or another run across my channel, you are a pathetic excuse for a human being. You are a coward. You probably should have tried that with a man. No, I guess you wouldn't have got that far. Because it definitely takes a coward to do what you're pretty much being accused of. Now, I can't say whether you are or you ain't. All I can say is that they know about you. And if it comes out that way, they need to put you in the jailhouse, throw away the key. Period. You did this for ransom, and you end up getting caught without turning yourself in. And I know that'd be highly unlikely. Nut jobs like this right here is the ones that want a shootout where they can, it wouldn't be themselves committing suicide in their mind. But if they let the law kill them, they'll say, okay, it wasn't suicide, it was police. That's where they get it twisted. And that's exactly what somebody like that would do. Okay, I'll check it out just in a second. Yeah, he's a coward. He's a coward. Well, they're a poor excuse for a human being, you know. Hey, Tori. Uh, not feeling good yet. Everybody keep Tori in your thoughts and prayers. She just still ain't feeling too good. Um, I'll get to that in a second. Uh, Judy, let me see if they finish up right here real quick. Hello. For Miss Nancy Guthrie, Tucson, Arizona. Please what? If anyone can lay eyes on her, where is she? Tell the location. Is she still in Tucson? Is it 100% that the son-in-law, Tommaso, is the one that took her from her home? Well, you've been here long enough to know that when people do that to you, it's because they know that you are a better person than they are. And that's their only way to hurt your feelings and whatnot and your morals to knock you down. The best defense for that is don't let it show. It's not only the son in law, it's the wife, Annie. Talk to me. This Tomaso okay. His wife is Annie. Annie. The son-in-law's wife, Annie, could be involved with this as well. Let's just clear this up. Did Tomaso take 84-year-old Miss Nancy Guthrie from her home? With a shadow of a doubt, did he do it? 100%. Did he do that? I don't give a damn if he's angry or not. Was this something for jealousy? Out of jealousy? And I guess before you know it, it'll be a call come in somewhere and demand a ransom, unless they've already taken it too far. And yeah, unless they've done that. And that's why I say, well, thank you, honey. I just wished if you knew where she was at and would tell it. If you can see her turn her energy toward me and help her speak. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of evil people out there. What's broke? Try not to whisper when you say that. What's broke? Fell out of what? Don't whisper, please. Her wrist. Fell down. They've been rough with her. I tell you what, I think, and I mean, again, everybody's got opinion, but I'm going to give mine on this. I think that with this daughter here being a host for a Today Show, they knowed it would be a big deal. That's right. Don't let them. Hey, you join. Don't let nobody like that bring you down. They're just ignorant. Um, I would tell authorities for sure that the son-in-law did have something to do with this. Did take her from her home, and the wife Annie is very much involved as well. So they could get everything they need from Tomaso here. Put him in jailhouse till he cracks. If he don't want to crack, let him live the rest of his life in the jailhouse. Same way with the wife. Um, but they have admitted it. But the only thing that they have not admitted is that he killed her, or that they killed her. Said she fell down and broke her wrist and her shoulder. So there ain't no telling. She may have bruises on her head and everything. They don't tell where she fell. Probably trying to get her in and out of the car. I don't know. Uh, this is sick. It's just sick. And of course, it's gonna go nationwide because it's on the Today Show. Uh, if I was the woman's daughter, I would take a day or so and say, "Look, let me just gather my thoughts up and call out anybody that I think could be involved with this." Because sometimes the people you don't think is are. Um, I would hound him and Annie, and I just wouldn't stop. And we did not get a response from Nancy. Um, I've heard beat up twice. How much do they think that this poor old lady could take? Yeah, that's what I say. Nationwide. Uh, if if she was deceased, you said this has been 5 days. If she was deceased, well, if they were going to use her for something, then it could be that she's just not deceased yet. But I can't get anybody to confirm that they can lay eyes on her. They just seen, I guess, bits and pieces and haven't looked into it. Now, we turn this thing back on tomorrow, we may get an earful. Uh, 84-year-old. That, talking about jealousy, it would have to be in the money situation, more than likely. Yes. I pray they do too. But throughout the night and tomorrow, whatever, y'all see if y'all can think of anything. Let's see what Lisa Ann sent here. May tell us some more uh, detail here.
Nintendo.
For What Do We Know Tonight? Good evening. I'm Nancy
What
Grace.
is it?
This is Crime Story. Breaking news. Savannah Guthrie's mother missing. Day 4. What do we know tonight? Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
And by the way, I don't know. Hey, Mimi. I don't know what type of person. Everybody can switch. Anybody can switch. Like, how they call Two Face? They can talk good in front of you, but bad behind you. Um, I don't know what kind of life he's lived. I don't know anything about the fella. I don't know. But I did hear something about a tattoo. Um, and it says neck. Um, So he may have one. I don't know. That may not be valid to this. Um, but I just want to throw that in there.
Lots happening, lots of moving parts in the search for Nancy Guthrie. Joining me in all-star panel, straight out to Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter, 100 detectives from the sheriff's office and the FBI. Now we are learning a ransom note, possibly the very same ransom note sent to not two, but 3 news outlets, that being our friends at TMZ, Harvey Levin, KOLD, and KGUN. Okay. Also, at this hour, the sheriff coming out and stating there is no suspect. There is no POI, person of interest. But wouldn't you agree, everybody, that they always say there is no POI, there is no suspect? Because once you
watch what they try to come up with. If they say like this, yeah, uh, we just heard, and y'all can go back and listen to it if you didn't hear it. Broke wrist, broke shoulder, or something about the shoulder. Does that not seem pretty much like a fall? And then after 2 or 3 seconds, they said she fell. Everybody had to hear that. Or if you remember it or not, I don't know, but go back and listen to it and you'll see. So saying there's no suspect, well, the hell they ain't. But see, that right there splits the difference. They'll take any kind of information, but they don't. That pees me off.
you say X is a suspect, then X is shrouded in constitutional protections. That said, I choose to believe the sheriff. Dave Mack joining me. Dave, what is the latest as we go to air right now?
Are they talking about an ex-son-in-law? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't brought in on this thing long enough to really know anything.
Right now, Nancy, we have been told that the ransom notes going to 3 different locations. We're not being.
What did I say? What did I just get through saying? You got your earbud in. Oh, did you hear what I said, Logo?
Mm-hmm.
So, why else? If you're going to kidnap somebody for the gross manner, a nice young woman, why else would you grab a 84-year-old woman? As sick as all of it is, but an 84-year-old woman, what in the world are you going to do with that? They, you know, and I plainly said it was only for ransom. And if they let her pass, okay, because like I said, apparently right now at 9:36 here Eastern Time, February 5th, she is not deceased. If she is, then they done something other so quick that she does not realize it. She'll have to get out of the residual type stages of death. Because we didn't hear not one word from her. So until she learns some of the ropes, people show her how to go about it. That could be a reason why we're not hearing it. But I'd put 1 to 10 on it that she's not deceased at the moment. Give it another day or two, with it already been 5 days, then probably. Because they don't tell just the outside wounds. Don't tell the inside. Broke her wrist. Okay. Done something to her shoulder. They plainly said she fell. But did she really just fall, or did they just throw her to the ground, trying to get her out of the vehicle? Yeah, that's right. People don't tell you just what they want you to know. The sheriff is waiting for us. He said it was a crime scene, and it wasn't then. It was a crime scene again. Yeah, well, it's
being told
this
whether or
ain't
not they're
working.
the same note or if it was three different ones. But the content of the note, one of them anyway, specifically talks about places inside the home of Nancy Guthrie and talks about specific pieces of evidence at the crime scene that would only be known by somebody that was in there at that home.
Clothing and
We also know, as you mentioned, 100 detectives are working on this case right now, plus the FBI. And President Donald Trump has promised even more support to get to Tucson, Arizona to try to find Nancy Guthrie.
You know, I want to look at that note one more time. I'm about to bring in Jessica Finn, senior investigative reporter with the U.S. Sun, but to Dr. Bethany Marshall joining me. Let me see, Bethany. Bethany, renowned psychoanalyst out of the LA jurisdiction, author of Deal Breaker. You can see her now
Not
on
at all.
Peacock, and you can find her at drbethanymarshall.com. Dr. Bethany, how'd that strike you? Or else. Or else. That sounds like a fifth grade girl's novel. Do it or else. Or else what?
Well, it's very coercive, it's very menacing and threatening. But if this was a real ransom note, Nancy, wouldn't this have been submitted or sent to the family privately? Wouldn't it have been sent earlier, like right after the mother is missing, when the family is completely frantic? The fact
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
is sent to TMZ and another news agency has copycat written all over it. to me.
TMZ, there shouldn't even be no such thing. It ain't nothing but a gossip page. It's a million times worse than Facebook. They'll get something and post it, and just they're worse than paparazzi. Huh?
What's worse on Facebook?
TMZ. They say things, and half of it ain't true. You know, they're the ones that started that thing about, dead actors and this and that, and then you look on there and they ain't died, and they're just the tabloids, TMZ, all this good stuff. I wouldn't believe a word they say.
Something about it. Brian Fitzgibbon is joining me, Director Operations USPA, Nationwide Security. What is that? He leads a team of investigative experts. They go all around the world looking for missing people. By the way, former Marine and Iraq War veteran, Brian, there's something puerile, something juvenile about or else. Who writes that? Do it or else. That phraseology is bugging me.
What did it say?
Yeah, and there was something notably missing from this alleged ransom note, and that is a proof of life, right? For this ransom note to hold any weight, the author of the note would have to provide some kind of proof of life that they did have Nancy Guthrie in custody and that she was alive and well for that note to have any value.
Well, here's another thing, and Jessica Finn, let me go to Jessica very quickly. Senior investigative reporter, the U.S. Sun. Jessica, thank you for being with us tonight. Jessica, what do you make of the so-called ransom note being sent to 3 outlets and claiming knowledge of what Nancy Guthrie was wearing at the time she was kidnapped, and describing?
If there's 3 ransom notes, that is just bait to see if anything's biting. Okay. They're not worried about no ransom. They're worried about causing her pain, agony, and everything disgusting that you could do to someone. One ransom note, and usually it's not a note. Usually it's a phone call to the nearest station or to a loved one. Not three different ransom notes. Yeah. Yeah, you can't believe nothing they say, just like tabloids and anything. It's about ignorant.
Describing the interior of her home as it was left at the time of the abduction.
You know, the sheriff's department has been so close to the vest as to what information they're giving out to the media. And it's been really interesting to watch. They're doing a great job at talking to us, but not saying a lot. And I think that really this ransom note thing, we don't know if they've previously had a ransom note that they've discovered that was sent directly to the family. And then who knows, maybe these people who have abducted her are getting frustrated by the sheriff's department not acknowledging them publicly. I mean, that could be a thing that's happening right now. The other thing is, and yes, we have not heard that there's been proof of life. However, the sheriff did say today during an interview with NBC that he believes Nancy is alive. And so as to why he is suddenly saying he believes Nancy is alive after these ransom notes went to news stations around the country yesterday.
If some of you would put your guard down and just give it a dadgum shot to listen to something like this here. Could solve a lot of the problems. You just don't write three random notes. You know, whoever this is doing this is just way out of whack. They ain't got no sense of direction. And they're just keep digging themselves a hole by going backwards on everything. This
Okay. There's something there. There's might be a there that maybe we just don't know because the sheriff again is holding these cards so close to the vest, despite being accessible to the media.
I want to bring in Jeffrey Gentry joining us, forensic certified blood stain pattern analyst, senior crime scene analyst, and death investigator, former toxicology
TMZ
analyst, author of Forensic Science,
Paparazzi.
Applications to Death and Crime Scene Investigations, author of Blood Stain Pattern Analysis, author of Death Investigation, Information to Obtain During a Forensic Death Investigation, on TikTok at Jeffrey Gentry BPA, Blood Pattern Analyst, Facebook, Jeff Gentry, Bloodstain Pattern Analyst. Jeff, thank you for being with us. Jeff, of course, I'm just a trial lawyer, but when I looked at the blood, let's see the blood that is outside of Nancy Guthrie's home. It looked to me like low velocity droplets, free falling, which to me, it looks like maybe from a nosebleed.
Mm-hmm.
It does not look like high velocity spatter. It does not look like high velocity spray that you would see from a gunshot wound. It does not look like we haven't heard anything.
She's right on point with that. These driblets of blood is identical to a nosebleed. Now, it either that they popped her a good one in the face or knocked her down and she hit her face on the floor. We can't not unhear. I mean, we can't unhear that the wrist was broken and something going on with the shoulder. So they can't tell me that something didn't happen right there. And of course, they probably want to scatter everything to make things look different. But this dog ain't gonna hunt. Family sometimes is the ones that'll hurt you the quickest. It's just that way. it's pathetic, but it's just that way.
About throwback on the ceiling or the walls from a bludgeoning. And Jeff, when they first told me that her DNA, Nancy's DNA, was found in the home, I was like, well, of course her DNA is in the home. She lives there. But how does that tell you, the sheriff, that she was abducted? Ergo, either a copious amount of blood, which means she's severely injured or dead. Like we saw in the Jennifer Dulos Connecticut Mom of 5 case, there's so much blood in the garage, they knew she was dead. The location, such as on the ceiling, right, which would indicate a bludgeoning, and then a throwback, or spray, or the high velocity, as if there had been a gunshot wound.
Mm.
Looking at the blood pattern that we see, Jeffrey Gentry, that gives me hope that she is alive, because you don't have the other things that I mentioned, Jeffrey.
If she was shot, not only they would be brain matter. Oh yeah, and jealousy. Yeah. Not only would they be brain matter, but it'd be a whole lot more than just a few driblets of blood. And that's right there in the middle of the floor. They would not miss that trying to clean it up. So that dog won't hunt either.
So when I look at this blood, of course, any blood at a crime scene is always concerning. I mean, you should take all precautions if you find blood at a crime scene. It is a tremendous amount of evidence that's in the blood. Not only can it tell you events that happened, but then of course you have the possibility to get DNA. But when I look at these blood patterns, I'm not overly concerned. So you're exactly right. These are passive blood drops. They are drip stains, a little bit of a drip trail. And then there's a blood into blood pattern. A blood into blood pattern is when blood is dripping from height into a blood source. And it creates that neat little pattern of drip stains with the little satellite spatter around it. So this would indicate, one, that this is not a major injury. Somebody of that age
may have, like I said, when she failed, caused it. Then again, someone could get stabbed in the shoulder, and if the knife is not pulled out before it starts clotting, then it can leave a lot of driblets there, but it would have went all over her clothes and the whole 9 yards. If they don't know what she was wearing that day, then that blows that up. I can show you here. If you don't see it or not, I don't know. Few droplets of blood right in the middle of the floor. So, yeah. If she was shot with a gun, then that would have been a totally different tale.
Skin tears very easily in their arms, on their hands, and those are going to bleed quite a bit. But it also indicates that this person is upright. They are stationary for some period of time, but then there's also movement as well with the drip trail. So nothing that I'm seeing would indicate that, one, this person has a traumatic injury like a gunshot wound or a stab wound, like projected blood patterns. You mentioned cast off from a weapon. You don't see impact spatter. These are all large volume stains that are going straight down, indicating that that person was either walking or stationary, but they're upright. The other thing that I look for is, why isn't there blood on the doorknob?
Hold on. You got me drinking out of the fire hydrant. That's a lot. Okay, I like for you to just go, but I've got to dissect what you said. I hope I didn't interrupt your train of thought, and you know that you were going to say, and second. But could you, again, slow down and state what you just said? Because I find it extremely compelling. And yes, of course, blood at a crime scene is always bad. It's not good. But given that, would you start again with the passive blood spots, the drip stains?
Absolutely. So what we're looking at, I'm looking at the photograph right now. there is a drip trail. So those are individual circular blood stains that obviously fell from height. So this person is upright. There's nothing at all to indicate that they were dragged. There's nothing at all to indicate that they were on the ground and bleeding. You don't see any blood pools. So that gives me hope that this person is alive. The drip stains and the blood into blood patterns, that's one of the most common patterns you see at any scene, just because usually somebody's upright, they realize that they're bleeding, and they're walking around either trying to get help or going from one point to another.
Hold on.
Well, like they said on here a while ago, I mean, not on that right there, but when we turned the thing on, they said beat her up, 2 or 3 times. We've heard that, so yeah.
Hold on. Look at the spot right there. Jeffrey, I'm following up on what you said. You could almost see what would be her footsteps based on what you're saying. One by the doormat on square 2. See, it starts on square 2, square 1 starting at the door. Step, 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 step. I mean, I'm
blood
reading
don't
into
go
it,
by
but that's
step
all
by
we can do
step
right
by
now.
step.
That's exactly what you'd expect if somebody has, say, a minor injury and they're kind of standing in the same spot, kind of moving around. But then a lot of times people are stepping in their own blood, or the suspect is stepping in their blood. So I hope the investigators are picking up on that and looking for footwear impressions, or what were the suspects possibly wearing. The good thing about her possibly bleeding too is the fact that her blood is not going to only be at this scene, but whatever vehicle she was taken in, the blood's going to be in that vehicle as well. Because a blood pattern like this, considering that she might be taking anticoagulant medications, it's not going to stop bleeding right away. It's going to continue to bleed. And so that gives you the possibility.
And yeah, I don't know, love. I don't know who's saying it was her blood. If it is her blood, then that's more than likely a busted mouth or a bloody nose or cut on the eye or something such as that. And uh, you know, this is not a coincidence here. So 3 times we've heard beat up. Twice we heard wrist and then shoulder. Twice. And then yes, and then as well, Annie the wife. So when I call out to somebody, if I don't hear from them, that for that very moment is pleasure to hear. But if they're beating her up, like they've said, then this is just torture. And they would never let her go because she'd rat, right? This is all about timing. If they don't get to her real quick, she's not going to make it. Bad as I hate to say that, but it's the truth. I would call in Tomaso and the wife, and I would hound them, and I'd keep them in there for a long time, just to interrogate them. I mean, so they could realize that, hey, you're not going home till you tell something. Call out and see if she's in a trailer, like a camper trailer. Yeah, his here says 4 days ago. And then these last things that were said to finish up the video clip was just one day ago, so they had a update on it within the 4 days and one day ago. So I've seen them kind of blood droppings. I've had them before. Um, it if you're moving about a lot, you'll have a lot more blood splatter. But just standing there, or getting somebody to help you back up, and you just all of a sudden stood up, then there it is. You walk toward the door, then yeah, you're gonna have some real good blood driplets. Um, and they said there were none anywhere else, but just right there. Yeah, sometimes they will. Uh, all right. Hang on.
Possibility of a forensic link from the crime scene to the suspect vehicle. But again, I don't see anything here that stands out as overly concerning regarding death. There's no blood patterns.
Chance of her heart throwing off a clot or having a stroke or something like that. Another question is, if the blood drops end right there on the doorstep, how did they get her all the way out to wherever the car was? Did they have a wheelchair waiting for her? In which case, they know a lot about her and her health issues. Okay, so that's very important to me. And
does anyone know if this 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie is inside of a trailer? Yeah, I'm not getting anything from her either. I think and for us to hear that, that's an okay thing. Broke arm or something. Said the wrist was broke and something about the shoulder. Try not to whisper. In her room, brought out and hit multiple times. Would this hitting have been taken on in the kitchen or dining room? Or to the hall? It could have been in the hall. Does anyone know if this 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie could have been put into a trunk of a vehicle? That's, and she fell. As the third time y'all said that. So somebody's telling somebody, please don't. And I asked if it was indeed 100% the son-in-law, and yes, for ransom, but them notes is just to get under people's skin and get people thinking. Heard a man say, "Thank you, Summer." What, love? What am I doing? I'm trying to hear from a woman named Nancy Guthrie. She's an elderly lady, Summer. It is sad. It is. Yeah. Joni says, do any of you know if she got put in a vehicle, what color the car was, or truck, or SUV? Well, I've heard gold. I heard silver. Silver and gray. You're giving two different colors here. Need to really focus on the vehicle color that she was put in. Some guy said, I used to like that girl. Awesome, Rick. Guys, I guess I'll cut it here. We can try again tomorrow. I'll probably do coffee with JD when I get back. Glad I'm kind of getting over this cold thing. Well, I think I am. I don't know. My nose has still been stuffed up, coughing and carrying on. But it don't make no difference. When I get back, I'm dropping her off. I'll do coffee with JD, and we'll go from there, and plan out what our night deal is going to be. But we'll hit this first and see. And if y'all hear anything or see anything different on any of this, y'all look it up or whatever. Hit me up and let me know what you're finding out. Then you car silver and gray are the same tone. Well, yeah, but silver could be more charcoal,
Yeah.
just like gray could be a little charcoal, and it could be
There's all types.
partly a little bit darker than the others. I don't know. I mean, that's just what they said to us that them colors, but who knows? Give them time to think about it. May get another color tomorrow. I don't know. All we can do is ask questions. I love every one of you, and keep your eye on your devices. And I will see you tomorrow.
And sweet dreams.
That's right. There you go.